there's a worldly dating and there's a Christian dating. It's both dating. I mean, it's the same thing. If you and you are seeing each other, you're seeing each other. There's no difference. You see what I'm saying? There's no magical seeing each other. You're interested in her, just like the two worldly. I'm interested in it. It's the same thing. But the problem is, we don't date like the world dates. There's a book called I Kissed Dating Goodbye, and I didn't read it for 2 years because of the title of the book, right? Because I didn't want to kiss dating goodbye. And I finally read it, and this is what the guy was saying. He's saying, I don't kiss dating goodbye, actually, but I kiss the way the world dates goodbye. Because I realized when I came into Christ, there was certain... You're going to be on the video talking. When I came into Christ, there were certain mindsets and certain behaviors that I brought into things that I do without even realizing it, right? And that's what happens with dating. What's the worldly way of dating? Holding hands, right? Anybody, give me some examples of what do you do, what kind of things do you do when you date, when you're in the world?
You know what I mean?
Okay, someone should have sex.
You get together, you do your thing.
Kiss.
Dinner, movie, sex.
Do your thing. Yeah. Dinner, movie, sex.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Just funny
That's about it, though.
But that's what it is, right? That's the worldly way of dating. And even when you say, now, in the worldly way, when it comes to dating, sex is just, it just comes along with the whole package, right? Like we said last week, you ask someone, matter of fact, when I used to date girls, in the world, one of the questions you ask, I guess as a man, because you want to know, I don't know why, you always ask them, have you ever slept with anybody? You know, I don't know why but he said he never asked that. But the answer always was, well, yeah, I was in a relationship. And then, oh, okay. Like, that makes it different. You see what I'm saying? But I just say that to show that people automatically think in the world that when you're in a relationship, you have sex. That's just what it is. And even when we transfer into the Christian world we date, we know we're not supposed to have sex, but we still date the way they date. You know, well, we're not sexing, but we hold hands, we kiss, we go to the house and rent a movie and we hug. We're not sexing, but we hug. But see, that's the worldly way. We're still bringing that in. We can date, but when we date as Christians, we don't hold hands, we don't kiss, we don't cuddle, we don't have to do it their way. Just like our standard isn't the world standard, right? Well, like for example, I'm 26 years old. So according to the world standard, I can watch rated R movies, right? And he can't, right? So I go by the world standard. I rent the rated R movie. But we have a higher standard than that. Because the world says a rated R movie is good for my age. The Bible doesn't say that rated R is good. So I go by that standard. You see what I'm saying? So the same thing. You have a question?
Yeah, I want you to finish your point, though. It wasn't a question. It was more on the ask to give a testament.
Okay.
Okay. I remember when I first came into the church, and I met Deacon Dorsey, Minister Will. Then it was Brother Dorsey and Brother Will at Books A Million. And yeah, I'm saying it was this girl that I was talking to, and she professed to be a Christian. And I professed to be a Christian, and you know what I mean? I would go over the house and chill, this, that, and the other. But here it was 10 o'clock. And I was at Books A Million. And I said, yo, I got to go. Got this girl, she cooking me dinner. She went out and spent $100 on food.
Yeah.
And to me, it was, well, she's a Christian, you know.
Yeah.
But I still had the old mindset, you know, of you know, how you go about things.
Yeah.
And they told me, hey, it's 10 o'clock. You don't have no business going over no female's house.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand it. But I didn't go, and I know what was going to happen.
Yeah.
But I thank God I didn't go. But if I never would have said nothing to them, for them to tell me, I would have just went over there and messed up.
Yeah. And you know what? And I remember when you came in, and the same cycle would have been going on for years and years if you had never brought someone in. Likewise, when I came in, I have to find out, okay, I have to realize, you know what? I just came to a revelation. I don't have to date the way the world dates. So now I have to wipe it away and say, okay, I'm like a baby now. I have to go back to the beginning and totally redefine what dating is. Right? So dating in the Christian world, first of all, it's not holding hands. It's not all the physical stuff. It's not even the lovey-dovey-ness. And I'm going to explain that, okay? But dating in the Christian world is about something else. There's a different motive for dating in the Christian world. And we have to find out what that is. Because like we said in Sunday school, right? If you want to understand something, find out what the purpose of it is. Okay? So we have to find out, what is the point of me dating? And if I want to date, and this was the downfall that I had when I was dating, when I was with your brother in those times. And one of the downfalls that he had, and one of the downfalls you had, and even my brother had, I was dating because I just didn't like being without a girlfriend. It's just not fun. Being kidding for me today. It's just not fun being without a girlfriend. You know how that feeling is? Does anybody identify?
Yes.
Being single and being young, it's just, you just want to be. But when you get a girlfriend, it's just fun. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you don't have to be having sex and all. It's just nice to have somebody. You see what I'm saying? But it's not, as much sense as that makes, you have to be careful about that motive. Okay? Because we need to get to a point to where we say, you know, the point of being in a relationship is not just to have someone there because I don't feel complete. You see what I'm saying? And do this test one time, will you? This may sound dumb, but some of you may understand. Do this test on yourselves. Go home. Maybe you might want to do it tonight. Go home. Sit in your living room or whatever, by yourself. If you're married, you know, one person go in the room or one person go, you know. Don't do that if, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, especially single people can do it. Try this. Go in your living room, turn off the TV, okay? Turn off your cell phone, turn it off. And unplug your phone or whatever. Hopefully emergency doesn't happen. But don't answer your phone, don't write a poem or whatever, and just kind of sit there. Don't do anything. You guys see what I'm saying? Have you ever done that before? You've done that? It doesn't feel right. The TV's got to be on. I've even get to points where if I'm not doing, I gotta call somebody. You know, you're driving, you just gotta call somebody. You'll call like people and, what's up, man? What you doing? I don't know. I was just chilling, man. Because it's just not. It's weird to be by yourself. But we gotta watch that because we have to be able to get to a point to where I can be comfortable with just me and God. And this is a reality. It's not just something that people just say. You can actually get to a point to where you say, you know what? No one's around. But I'm comfortable just sitting here thinking about God, and He's thinking about me, and I'm talking to Him, and He's talking to me. That's the actual reality. I learned that when I went to the Kuwait, and there was nobody to talk to. Literally, there was nobody to talk to at all. You know, there was no one to call or anything. That was the first time I actually experienced that I can be comfortable with nothing at all, and be comfortable in God's presence. And that made all the difference in the world in my single life. This is why I'm able to have a successful marriage. Because even when Trinae's not there or I'm feeling lonely, because mark my words, you can be married and be lonely. If anybody says you can't, they're lying. Okay? You can be married and be lonely. But the reason why I'm married and not lonely is because I learned when I was single how to have a relationship with Him. Right? Do I need to work my magic? Oh, okay. You guys feel what I'm saying? I think my cell phone battery's dying. That's probably why he's crying. Somebody give him an emergency cell phone. You guys getting anything out of what I'm saying here? Okay, so.
I don't know. We might. Okay, when you're dating someone. Okay.
I like someone
I'm trying to see how I can do this. Like, you know, they say have a chaperone.
Yeah.
Okay. When is there a time where you ever get to the point where you don't have to have a chaperone, or how does that go about?
See, that's a touchy subject. Yeah, I'm gonna give you what I think, okay, from experience. Now let me tell you guys this. Okay, since we're sitting in a circle and it's warm and fuzzy, right? I was a strong Christian brother. I can't lie to you. Okay, I'm posting the Lord, right? I prayed a lot. Okay? And now I was strong. And I was strong in my relationships. But when I didn't have a chaperone, there was problems.
Problems.
Can anybody attest to that? Okay, that's 1, 2. That's 3.
Hey, yo, you don't want to go down that road.
You see what I'm saying?
It's hard to turn around.
Now, as nice as it is when people tell us you don't need to have a chaperone, I can only say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.